Hello there, welcome to Rusty's Sudoku stream, late night edition. We are doing 2 puzzles today. Not expecting to get done with them today. I expect that we will be doing the puzzles until they get done. And it will probably take more than the 5 minutes that I've got left in today. So, as I've been doing lately, I'm going to load it up, kick it off, pause in my play for just a couple of minutes, or well, not even minutes, a little bit long enough for you to grab a screenshot, start solving it yourself, and see if you can get it done before I get done with the entire puzzle. And that's very possible, by the way. I've widely acclaimed or acknowledged that I am not a master at Sudoku. I am just here playing to do my best. Alright, this looks like it should be the puzzle. Do a quick check, and yes it is. So, got 3's all highlighted, and not because we were on the 3 when we kicked it up. Alright, there's about 15 seconds, so let's see if I can solve this thing. Alright, we've got possible 4 there and there, there and there, here and here, which means here and here, and there's 1. That solves that one. Doesn't help us anywhere else at this moment. Try 1s. We got a couple possibilities there, and we get 3 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, 3 here, 4 here. Okay, let's go on to 2's if I can. Only got 1, 2 on the board, it looks like. So that really doesn't help unless I've got a square where there's only 2 options available, or only 1 that isn't blocked by it, and I don't see that. So let's go to 3's. We've got a 3. So we've got 5 3's on the board. This one's going to be 6. This one will be 7, or no, not 8, and no, 7. I have 1 going there, and we'll fill that 1 in as a result. And now we've got 9 3's on the board, and none of them are in conflict. So we picked up that 1 here, and unfortunately that only reassures the 1. So, we still get 3 here, 4 possibilities here. So on to 5's, because we've already gone through the 4's, and we have picked up 1, but that's not all of them. So we get a 5. Let's see. We've got 2 5's on the board. One of these 2 will be a 5. That means one of these 2 will be a 5. We've got 6 possibilities here. Looks like that's going to be a 5. One of these 2 is going to be a 5. Can't be a 4. We had a 4 right in that square already. Alright. That's all we can do with 5's at the moment. How about 6's? Do we have any 6's on the board? I do not see any 6's on the board. Alright, move 7's. We've got 4 7's on the board. Let's see. I got 2 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here, which means that's not a 7. That is. Up here we've got 2 possible 7's and 2 possible 7's here. And there's my alarm saying it's midnight, so as noted, we are not completed by midnight. Oh. So we had a pair of 5s there. I've got 4 possible 5s here. 5 possible there. These 2. That looks like it for 5. Oh, we were looking at 7s. My mistake. Okay, let's see. What we've got left is down here. We've got 2 possible 7s. All right, now let's look at 8s. And I've got 3 8s on the board. One of these 2 is going to be an 8. Means this can't be a 7. That's 7 here. Okay. Undo. 7. Let's see. I've got 4 possibilities for 8 there, 5 here, 4 here, 5 possibilities. No, 3 possibilities here. Oh, and that's 3 possibilities here as well. This one's not going to be an 8. And 4 possibilities here. So let's go on to 9s. We've got several 9s on the board, 4 of them, 5 of them. And we're going to put another 9 here. And 1 comes up here. Let's not do that. There we go. And then 1 comes down here, and that, oh, we've got 1 left. That's going to go in here. So all the 9s are on the board. Let's run through again. We've got a couple of possibilities now for 1 there. Let's see. One of these 2 is going to be a 1 because of that. One of these 2 is going to be a 1. I've got 3 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here, and 4 possibilities here. All right. Looking at 2s, again, we've got the 1, 2 on the board. Well, we now know that one of these 2 is going to be a 2. Got 3 possibilities here. I've got 3 possibilities here, 3 possibilities up here, and we're not getting a lot of help in these others here. So what we do know is that one of these 2 is going to be a 2, and 3 there, 3 possibilities there, 5 possibilities here. All right, 3s again. I think we dropped all the 3s in. Okay. 4s. And I've got 6 4s on the board. Pair of possibilities there, and there, and not a lot more help. Okay, how about 5? All right, we've got those on the board, those. All right, it's this square here where I need to figure out where the 5 is, and that will solve this one, which will also solve this one. I've got 4, well, it'll help with these 2. And it could very well be that this one is a 5, or one of these 2 is a 5, in which case one of these 2 will be a 5, and this one will be. We'll see. but I don't have anything I can add at this point for 5s. 6s, are still a blank on the board. 7s, we've got these two possible, these two possible, and these, this one is a 7. Doesn't help as much as I'd like, but it basically says that can't be a 5 anymore. All right, 8, we've got 3 on the board. And none of them are in places that are useful to me. 9s are filled. All right, let's populate the board with everything else that can be on here. So for example, we've got 3 places here that can be a 2, and 3 possible 6s that can go here. Here we've got the same population of 6s and 2s that go on here. That means one of these two is going to be a 2. The other one of that is going to be a 6, I think. Yep. And that takes care of the top row as far as replacement of things. So we've got 3 possible 1s in this square, 2 possible 2s, 3, 4, 3 possible 5s. Everything's open for 6s at the moment. 7, 8, and 9 are already filled. Let's continue on down this way. So we've got a 2. We got 1s on the board already. 2, 3, 4s on the board. 5. So we got 3, 6, or 4, 6 possibilities, and 4, 8 possibilities. All right, over here we've got 2s and 4s already placed. 1s, 3, or 1, 3, 5 are given, so we've got 6s put in. And those go everywhere. And we've got 8s going everywhere as well. All right, over here, we're going to tidy up a few things, I think. We'll see. So I got a pair of 1s, a pair of 7s. How about 2s? Well, we get 3 possibilities for 2s. We've got the 3 already on the board, 4, 5. And let's see, we got 5 possibilities for 6s, 2 already given for 7s, and we now have 4 possibilities for 8s. And then we come up here, we've got 4 possibilities for 1. But 2s, and it looks like we get 2s everywhere. 3, 4, 5 already placed. 6s going everywhere, because again, nothing's providing actual guidance yet. 7, we've got 3 8s going onto the board, and now we fill in this last square where we've got a pair of 1s already, pair of 2s, 3 placed. Looks like we've got 3 pair of 4s already marked. 5s. It looks like I've got 4 possibilities for 5. What 6s? Looks like everything is open opportunity for 6. Matter of fact, I take that back. We've got 2 possibilities for 6, and they match up with 2s. 7s. 7 is marked, and then I've got 2 places possibly put an 8. And that means that those 2 places are not going to get 5. Well, actually, we can clear up all the 5s right here. But let me do a quick check on that. we've got a 1. 2 is going to be one of these two. 3, 4, looking for 5. Be there. How about 6? Oh, 6 is going to be one of these two as well. 7, 8, and 9. So 5 it is. That turns this one into a 1. I got 4, 8 pair now down here. That means that this can't be an 8. I've got a 6, 2 here, 6, 2 here, so this can't be a 6. This can be neither 6 nor 2, so it's going to be a 1. That turns this into a 5. This becomes a 1. And let's see, anything, well, we got more outside of those squares. This one now says I'm going to be an 8, and this one's going to be a 5. Down here, this one's going to be a 6. Got an 8, 2 pair here, so this becomes not an 8, and this becomes not an 8. Ah. All right. Here we've got 6, 2, and 6, 2 says this one's going to be a 5. 6, 2, and 6, 2 says this can't be either a 6 or a 2, so it's going to be a 7. Let's see. I've got 1, 1 in this square, so that's going to be the 1. The other one in the row is going to be here. Takes care of the 1s. I've now got an 8, 4 here, 8, 4, 8, 6, and only 1, 7. So 8, 6, 8, 5, 6. This is the only 5 in that square. And that looks like that takes care of the 5s on the board. And let's see. Okay, 6, 2, 6, 2. 6, 2, 8, 4, 8, 4, 4, 6. 8, 2, 8, 2, 4, 6. And yes, I'm not in the right area. And this one becomes an 8. Sorry, have to navigate to it. That becomes an 8, taking out that gray digit there. All right. And now I am going to do my punting process. The 6 2s are in such a cacophony that I need something outside of what I see directly to actually solve it, which means I need to probably solve for, oh wait, 6 2 6 2 says this can't be a 6, so that's an 8. That turns this into a 4, this into an 8. That turns this into a 4, and this becomes a 6 here. And that means that up here we're going to get a 2. We're going to get a 6 here, 2 and 6 here, 2 and 6 here, 2 and 6 here. That 2 that we placed up here turns this into an 8. That becomes a 4. This becomes an 8. This becomes another 2. This becomes a 2 because of the 6 we placed here. 6 here, 2, and 6. So that took me 18 minutes and 40. Oh, wait, I'm missing something. Not done yet. 2 and 6. No, 6. There we go. 18 minutes. And it's a new personal best, huh? 18 minutes, 56 seconds for this. All right, let me go make a note of that. Go into my scratch pad, sandbox, scratch pad, whatever I named it. Thought I named it scratch pad. There it is. So okay, now we go back. Hey there, how's it going, Turles? Okay, play again, and we're going to pull up puzzle 378 now. How about I grab the puzzle, not the solution? All right. 1. Okay, this is going to take longer because it's not letting me use the keyboard for some reason. Actually, I'm going to relaunch. There we go. And let's give it a check. Tells us it is a solvable puzzle. Give you a chance to grab a screenshot, and then we'll wait a moment. This is what I just did. I'm sorry. I need a different puzzle. So, new game. 1, 7, 4, 9, 5, 4, 2, 7, 6, 6, 5, 1, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3, 1, 1, 7, 4. And again, you now have some time to try solving this yourself and let me know how you do. All right, I'm going to start solving now with a 1 there, pair of possible ones here, nope, I got too many possibles there. However, I do, and here. Here we've got a solve though, and now we've got a reasonable pair there. All right, how about 2s? We've got a 2 there, and then 2 down here, and 1 over here, leaving. This is a 2 here. Here we've got 2 possible places for 2. And I've got 4 possibles down here. 3 possibles here. 2 possibles down here. And over here I've got 4 possibilities. 3 possibles here. So let's go on to 3s. Looks like I've got a single 3 on the board. That's not going to be very useful for me at the moment, but for checking, I've got I've got 5 possibles in this square. I've got 3 possibles in this one, 4 in this square. Everything's open here. Everything's open here. Everything's open here. I've got 3 possibles there, and everything is open here. So on to 4s. We've got a 4 there and there. 2 possible 4s here. We get a solved 4 here. We get a solved 4 here. And we've got 2 possibilities down here, along with 2 possibilities here. Did that change anything for us? Wait, this is not a 4. That's the 4 in that square. Well, one of the possibles. All right, let's go on to 5s then. I've got, looks like 3 5s on the board. Does that let me solve anything yet? Not immediately. Does say that I've got 3 possible 5s here. I've got 3 possible 5s here. 2 possible 5s here. Nope. Come on. 2 possible 5s here. 2 possibles here. 4 here. And 4 here. No, 3 here. 3 in both of those. Okay. 6s. We got a 6 here. 1 here. Possible here. In those 2. I've got 4 possibles there. 3 possibles here. Up here we've got 3 possibles. Here we've got 2 possibles. And here we've got 6 possibles. All right. 7s. We've got a 7 here, giving us 2 possible 7s here. But we've got a 7 here, so this one's not as possible. That's a 7. Turns this into a 2. Also, that 7 turns this into a 6. And this becomes a 1. What have I got left? A 3 and a 8. And this one's going to be the 8. This one's going to be the 3. Down here we get a 3 dropping in there as a result. We got a couple of possibilities for 1 that get narrowed down. Let's see, we were looking at 7s though, I believe. Hey, I got another 7 here, and that gives me a 7 here, a 7 here, and a 7 there. Now we can fill in the 8 possibly. We got a couple of possibilities there. We got 4 possibilities here, but 2 over here. Oh, 2 over here say that these 2 can't be 4s or 8s, and that leaves us with the 3 possibilities here. Okay, 2 possibilities down here. We've got 4 possibilities here for the moment. I've got 5 possibilities in this square. Okay. Looks like we get to move on to 9s. We've got a 9 here, means one of these 2 is going to be a 9. Means I get to narrow this down. I've got 3 possibilities there. 3 possibilities here. Looks like 3 possibilities here. 2 possibilities here. This one and this one, because none of these 3 can be a 9. We got 2 possibilities here as a result, because that can't be a 9. All right, over here, did we get any help at all with that? Doesn't look like it. Still stuck with 4 possibilities here, and three possibilities here. All right, back to 1s. Let me highlight that and see, do we get any useful information on that? Nope, we still have just the 2 pair, or the pair of 4 or pair of 1s here. All right, 2. That one says that this one's going to be a 2, and this one's going to be a 2, and that was taken by virtue of there being a 2 up here and nothing open here. Means one of these 2 is going to be a 2, so this one can't be a 5, that's going to be a 5, that's going to be a 9, that's going to be a 4. Okay. We were looking at 2s though. Do we have anything else? Yes, we do. This one's going to be a 2, and that fills the board with 2s. One of these 3 is going to be a 3. Don't know which yet, but I do know it's going to be one of these 2 here for a 3. Except that one of these 2 is going to be a 3. So this one, nope, this one won't be, that will be. C, that means one of these 2 will be a 3, but there's a block on that one, so that becomes a 3. One of these 2 will become a 3 at some point. And let's see, I'm down to 4 possibilities here and 2 possibilities here. All right, well, let's go on to 4s. Well, we've got 1 place for a 4 here, and that drops us to 1 place for a 4 here, and that gives us a 4 in every square. So on to 5s. We've got given 5 there. Still have, oh, we've got 2 possible 5s here. Little help. Unfortunately, I've got 3 possible 5s here, 3 possible 5s here, 3 possible 5s here, 2 at the bottom, 2 in the middle square, and like I say, 3 in the middle right, or middle left. So on to 6s. We got those 2. This one is blocked from being a 6. Ah, one of these 2 is a 6. That means one of these 2 is a 6. Because I can't put one up in here. We've got a 6 here, and one of these 2 is going to be a 6. So yeah, this one gets to be a 6 here. And we also get to fill in a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got an 8 and a 9, and this one can't be a 9, so that's going to be here. That turns that into an 8. Another square filled. Let's see. Over here we've got 5s and 6s marked. And we need a 8 and a 9. One of these 3 is going to be a 9. That makes this one into an 8. This one becomes an 8. This one becomes a 2. This one becomes an 8. We got a full row filled in now. One of these is going to be something other than a 5 and a 6, and that's going to be a 9. And I've got no real, well, I do have some guidance on that. It's maybe one of these 2. Unfortunately, that evenly distributes all 3 possibilities. All right. Running into a lot of that. Oh, we get a 3 here. And does that help me elsewhere? Well, yes, it does. I get a 3 here now, which turns this into a 9, and this becomes a 3. Okay. And I think that fills 3s for the board, doesn't it? Yep. All places where we could have a 3 have a 3. All right. One of these 2 now is going to be an 8. Oh, and hey, we got a narrowed down 8 up here. And let's see. Numbers I'm missing on the top row are I've got on the top row 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. So I'm missing 5 and 6. Do I have any help on either of those numbers? No, I don't. I can tag them though. 5 and 6 are going into these 2 squares. I just don't know which is going to be which. Or do I? Well, not yet. Kind of depends upon whether or what I find in this square here. All right. However, I do know this can't be an 8, so that's going to be a 1. That's going to be an 8. That's going to be 1. That's going to be a 6, which turns that into a 5. This becomes a 9 and a 5 here. This up here turns into a 6. Oh, not that one. That one becomes a 6, which turns this into a 5. And one of these 2 will be a 6. Looks like that one's going to be a 6, and I'm left with a 9 here. I get a 9 down here. Oh, 9, not 6. Let's undo that so that that highlighted 6 here doesn't go away. That becomes a 5. And I've got all but 1 square filled in. So we can fill 1 square in. And we already know one of those cells is going to be an 8. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going in above it, and the remaining cell is going to be a 9. And that took us 15 minutes and 4 seconds. I want to say thanks to everybody who hung out, said hello. I do wish you a wonderful week, a wonderful day. Hope Wednesday works well for you, and we will see you again tomorrow, or later today, perhaps. We shall see. Take care, everybody, and